Hello everybody, we are in Malinovka, standard mode from the west spawn, coming from the European theater with WinnieANKA and his M5A1 Stuart. First entry into the M5A1 Hall of Fame, and he just happens to be the guy who in the old Hall of Fame had the highest score in this tank, playing under the name of Malinovka at that time. In this battle there's 3 enemy scouts, they have 2. 3 artillery apiece. The enemy team has a lot of heavies. In fact, they only have 1 medium and 1 TD, and the rest are all heavies. His team is much more balanced, still only with 1 TD. So the enemy team is going to be slow. Don't know if they're going to make it to the hill. If his team goes to the hill right away with their mediums, they could turn this into a blowout. So he pulls up into the bush in E4. Great starter bush here. You can see where you get your spots at. You can actually spot all the way down along those buildings from here, especially with the larger scouts with better view range. And the bush is big enough it could hide. You can even hide an Alpha Panther in here if that was still in the game. This A20 is really playing forward. Somebody needs to take him out. Winnie doesn't want to shoot and give his position away. And I'm sure he's praying, please somebody take this guy out before he proxy scouts me. And it's too late. He has to back out. And he gets the kill. So right away you know your team's not providing very good support because somebody should have shot that A20 besides him. Nobody's moving north. This is could be a major problem later on. We'll have to see what the enemy team does. The surprising thing is it's a tier 6 battle. It's like there's a lot of players that should know better than this by now. Maybe it just plays different in Europe, I don't know. Everybody seems to be more concerned about the South, which is like, wow, talk about being in the wrong spot. So he's sitting here patiently waiting for people to shoot the tanks he's spotting, and they don't seem to be interested in doing it all that much. Artie's trying to help out. Now that's discipline there. You know you gotta kill if you shoot, but you don't take the shot. I think I'd be tempted to fire at that guy. 9 hit points left. Nobody else is firing at my spots. It's like, come on guys. Somebody shoot these people. This is right now when it can be really frustrating to be a scout, because you have all these good spots and nobody's shooting them. You end up having to kill them yourself. It's like, what's the point of being here if nobody's helping me out? He finally takes matters into his own hands with the KV-1 and gets a fire. Helps him get extra damage from it. It's a close fight. This is bizarre. It's like you think there'd be a battle on the hill, and there's like nothing going on up there at all. Here's the easy kill. If he decides to go for it, I'd do it. He holds off and let his team take the guy out. Now if it's just the Churchill over there, he can fire it. That guy not get spotted because only the back of his tank's sticking out. He's just slowly working his way across the map, hoping things dies as he goes.
Penetration. Penetration.
Blind shot and a kill.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
If you know where the tank is and it's not moving, shoot it again and kill it. I'm wondering where there's... Oh, there he is. I was just going to say, I wonder where the scout is, and he went apparently over the hill or underneath the base of the hill. And now he's back harassing the artillery. Nobody over on that side of the map seems to be noticing what's going on behind him or up north of him. He's off searching for the Hummel. And there he is.
Ready to fire. Enemy armor is damaged. We didn't even scratch them.
Hummel shot, now he's dead.
Enemy armor is dead. Where'd they go?
Two heavies to go. They're over on the back side of the map, north of spawn. If you're new to spotting and scouting and you're running binocular telescopes, the way to use them when you're moving around the map like this is to pull into a bush that gives you good concealment and then stop long enough for your binoculars to turn on. Now, right now, he doesn't have to because he's in a spot where he knows the enemy tanks aren't near. But when he pulls over here, if you can't see anybody at the time, you pull up, let your binoculars turn on a few seconds later, and then if you don't see anything, then you advance to the next bush, stop long enough for your binoculars to turn back on, and that way you derive benefit from your binoculars even though you're slowly progressing across the map.
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. Critical hit. Enemy is hit. Penetration.
You don't get a large alpha with this tank, but you do get a fast reload, and so over time you can pump out some decent damage. And there's the battle. He ends up with 1,203 damage and 3 kills. 19 of 20 shooting. That's 95% accuracy. The gun's accurate. Spotting damage was 2,764 with 8 spots. And he managed to eke out 8,747 credits. Got 9 points of cap defense. Made a big circle around the map, drove 2.32 kilometers, and ended up with 1,983 XP. He got a patrol duty medal and a spotter and fire for effect add-ons, and he survived the fight, so his battle score ends up being 2,023 points, currently putting him into first place. As I said, when you're moving around and you have binoculars instead of coated optics, you have to stop every so often in a bush and let your binoculars turn on. That way you take advantage of the extra long view range that it provides you. And if you don't spot anything, then you just pull up 50 to 100 meters to another bush and repeat the procedure. And that lets you investigate an unexplored area and do it in a somewhat safe manner. Now, he didn't have to do that a lot because he started, like, he came upon the Hummel, and as he moved in on the two heavies, they got lit up by other people. So he didn't have to employ that, but that's the way to do it if you have to. He was patient in the beginning. He had to end up shooting the A20 just out of self-defense because nobody took the guy out until he was right on top of him. And then later on, he was patient in letting his teammates shoot his spots, even though I know it was probably frustrating him because he had a lot of really juicy targets out there that nobody seemed interested in shooting. If you give your team enough time, eventually somebody wakes up and says, hey, look, there's free damage over there, maybe I should shoot it. And he ended up getting a patrol duty out of it and helping his team to victory, and gets into the Hall of Fame. From Malinovka Standard Mode West, WinnieANKA, spotting his way to victory. Happy hunting.